Welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is Clayton. If you notice, my voice does sound a little bit different, but that's because I'm recovering from what I can only assume is a case of strep throat. Sometime around last week, I think it was Friday, I had a sore throat and congestion, and I've recovered since then with medication and a little bit of rest. It's been at least 2 months since I've made any public uploads to my YouTube channel, but in that amount of time there's been some really significant media-related news that's happened regarding movies and entertainment news, celebrity deaths, all kinds of things. In my absence from the channel, I wanted to speak about some of these things and talk about what I've been doing in this amount of time since my absence on the channel. The last time you had heard from me, I was giving my unfiltered opinion on the Jurassic World Rebirth trailer, and there's been some news about the film that has come out recently, new developments, in addition to other movies that have been coming out. So it was around this time last week that I wanted to finally break my silence on where I've been from the channel from this amount of time. This time last week, it was actually Charlie Chaplin's birthday on Wednesday the 16th, but unfortunately there wasn't any Chaplin movies on the Friday of that week because I think Turner Classic Movies had on nothing but Easter movies, which I understand why, but at the same time, I think it's unfortunate that only Google acknowledged Charlie Chaplin's birthday that Wednesday. Anyway, I wanted to do this video last Wednesday, and I'd put it off, and I thought about doing it Friday evening. I watched the movie Antlers, which was actually pretty good. I believe it's directed by Scott Cooper and produced by Guillermo del Toro. I got through the film. I was starting to get... I mean, it was pretty late when the film had gotten over. I was starting to get kind of sleepy. I didn't really feel right, and then the next day, I felt awful. I had a sore throat, congestion. I didn't really have a whole lot of energy, so I didn't really want to get out of bed or anything. And luckily, I recovered in time before I had to go to work on Sunday. I work in radio, but anyway, that's one of the things that had gone on in my absence from the channel. I'd say for the last 2 months, I've been taking a mental health break from the channel, and a lot of stuff's been going on, like I said, in the entertainment news and just stuff going on personally, and I wanted to speak about some of that stuff right now. So for the past 2 months now, I've known that my YouTube channel is very close to reaching 100 subscribers, which was a goal that previously, 2 years ago, I had a lot of difficulty in trying to get the channel going, trying to make content, and I have to admit that it's really paid off. I did notice the other day that somebody had left a like on one of my comments, and that there's still been people engaging with my videos. The one video where I reviewed I think it's a camera from Menards, it's close to reaching 1,000 views, and yeah, that's something that's kind of important. I've been making community posts, just sort of infrequently, in addition to making new thumbnails for the channel for some of my film work. I have been thinking about making new thumbnails for just maybe all of my videos. I don't even know. That's something that's been going on. Like I said before in one of my previous videos, I haven't forgotten about maybe uploading new YouTube shorts to the channel. And something big in relation to that is the other day I'd heard that the TikTok ban had been pushed back again for another 75 days, which that was a few weeks ago now. So it's only going to be a matter of time before TikTok is probably going to go away forever. So like I said, I don't use TikTok. It's never been my thing. Short form content doesn't interest me too much. Yeah, I'm not going to miss it if it goes away, but it's going to really affect some people, content creators and businesses. They need to get prepared because it probably isn't going to be around for much longer, and that was something major that had happened. Like I'd said, there's been some major entertainment news. In the amount of time that I've been gone from the channel, I watched the entirety of the series Common Side Effects on Adult Swim. Excellent TV show. I like the character of Marshall. I like the overall premise, and it's gotten renewed for a second season, so I'll probably be watching that. The trailer for Walking with Dinosaurs, the reboot, released a week or so back, and I was kind of excited for that. That was something major that had happened that I'm probably going to be watching it. So in addition to some major TV shows that have come out recently, and even some that I didn't mention, like Rick and Morty, which should be coming out with a new season, I think around May 25th, there was the whole Studio Ghibli AI debacle, which has gone down recently, where a AI developer managed to replicate the overall animation style of Studio Ghibli, and they're using it in these like sort of Facebook like profile pictures, or like pictures of couples or memes, and there's probably going to be legal ramifications to that very soon, because I think, I don't know if it was the Supreme Court, but somebody had said that AI couldn't be regulated with copyright, but because you're ripping off an animator's style, that might be subject to copyright law. Again, I had studied copyright law when I was in college, and my professor recommended me a really awesome book. There's actually a video on my channel from, I think, probably a year ago, where I detailed this book that he recommended me for copyright law. I think the video has like next to no views on it, so, or even any views. So if you're interested in that, then you might want to check out that video, because even though it is about old like channel stuff, I do mention that. And that was something major that I'd seen recently. There was also two major celebrity deaths that had happened recently, like a week or so back. Richard Chamberlain, the actor who played Alan Quatermain in King Solomon's Mines, and Val Kilmer, which, you know, he's in Batman Forever, Top Gun, The Saint, Island of Dr. Moreau, a film that I had bought a copy of like no more than a year ago. He's finally passed away, and it was a major deal for a lot of people. It always sucks when a celebrity or like a major film director passes away, because of so many people that, you know, admire their work. Like I've said before, you know, it was a big deal when David Lynch had passed away. I was watching SNL recently. It was a rerun. It was a Dave Chappelle one, and I'd noticed that they had a photo tribute of David Lynch for like 30 seconds, and it had his name underneath, and I'm like, oh, well, they actually acknowledged it, but it was like right before they cut to the credits where everybody's on stage and everything. And yeah, it just sucks when, you know, good celebrities eventually pass away. And I wanted to speak on that. In addition to that, I did watch some really major movie trailers recently. I watched a trailer for the Naked Gun reboot with Liam Neeson, and I also watched the trailer for Megan 2.0. I think both films look hysterical. I'm probably going to enjoy both films eventually when I get a chance to see them. There's also some more trailers that have come out recently. The Fantastic Four trailer, which for whatever reason the visual effects just don't hold up as good as they did back in 2007 or even 2005. You know, a lot of people had mixed feelings about that. I'd also heard about the announcement for Avengers Doomsday, which is going to bring back the original cast members of the Bryan Singer X-Men movies. I have very mixed feelings about that, because I'm not really a major fan of the newer Marvel properties. I think that the whole multiverse concept is actually okay, but it starts to get a little bit muddled when you include the stuff from like the Loki TV show with the TVA and like Deadpool and Wolverine, and then you got the Avengers on top of that, and it's like, it's just desperate. It's desperation. You know, we really don't know how the film is going to turn out, so that's going to be really interesting to see when that eventually comes out, because so many people have talked about it and have been invested in it. So I just want to give my 2 cents on that. So previously I had spoken about my thoughts regarding the new Jurassic World movie, because like I said in my video on my channel from 2 months ago, the Jurassic Park franchise means a lot to me. I guess you could say that yesterday, which I think, well, it's 2 o'clock at the time that I'm recording this, but a few hours ago it was yesterday. On the 22nd, it was announced that the composer for Jurassic World Rebirth has been named, and it's not the person that I mentioned in my video. Originally, in my first video, I was just going by what I'd heard from everybody else. The rumor was that Brian Tyler, the composer for the 2003 film Darkness Falls, was going to be composing Jurassic World Rebirth, and instead it was announced that Alexandre Desplat, who is a French composer, will be doing Jurassic World Rebirth. I have to say that the teaser from the Jurassic World YouTube channel kind of revealed a little bit of the music from the film. It sounds a bit more similar to John Williams, and I think that's a good thing, because the original trailer didn't really sell me on why I should be invested in this movie and why I should see this movie. I felt that the music was really out of place. It didn't feel like it belonged in a Jurassic World movie trailer, because a lot of the older trailers that I mentioned were a lot more precise, and they had a lot better composition overall. And I think it's a good decision to have Desplat composing the score for this new Jurassic World movie. But another thing that I'd heard about is that the mutant dinosaur in this new Jurassic World movie is rumored to breathe fire, or at least that's what some people are saying who got to go to a private, like a screening at like a convention. Again, another reason why I'm not too excited about this new Jurassic World movie is that even though the overall movie to an extent could be good, I think that things like that need to be avoided in future installments for the franchise. I like it when the Jurassic World movies try to stay serious, and then the goofy stuff is for younger audiences because it is considered a family franchise. So I think those moments are okay, but at the same time, I think that the movies would benefit more if they're more serious like the older films. And that was something I wanted to speak about in regards to, I think there was new TV spots released for the Rebirth film, and not really a whole lot more. They're really holding back on some of the things in the new film, so we'll see. So one last thing I wanted to speak about before I wrap up this video is that I want to go back to the point that I made that I've known for a long time now, that my YouTube channel is about to surpass 100 subscribers. This is sort of a big deal for me, because if I surpass 100 subscribers, not only does that give me a little bit of validation towards why my channel should be appreciated, but also it puts me at a more level playing field with a lot of the competition that I have in the real world, where I'm having to compete with local YouTubers and people in my area that have YouTube channels that get sort of they get a lot more validation when they surpass 100 subscribers, because it makes it look like, you know, you achieved something, and that you know, you're working towards something. And something I wanted to bring up in regards to the future of my channel is that I'm going to need to probably diversify my content a little bit more than I have been. I try to speak on a wide variety of subjects. Like I said in the very beginning, I want to do movie reviews for my channel, but even I have to acknowledge the fact that if I do that, it's going to be a lot more time consuming to produce episodes rather than making the shorter end content like I've been doing, you know, aside from doing scripted full, like, hour-long videos. And that's another thing, too, is that I don't have the most reliable internet. I use one of those Verizon jetpacks, and they're notorious for just how unreliable they can be. You know, some of you might know about the streamer Queso. He had his Verizon jetpack, and he did a bandwidth test on it, and it was it was next to nothing. And I'm like, yeah, there are some days where it just really doesn't put out much anything, and you can't really get Google to load, and it feels like you're using dial-up. Yeah, that was something that is sort of a setback for my channel. Yeah, like I said in the beginning, I wanted to do movie reviews, but I don't want to speak about the movies that people have spoken about for so long now. The easy grab movies, the movies that people have talked about for years. Tommy Wiseau's The Room, Mac and Me, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, all these cult classics, and just these big tentpole franchise movies. I want to speak about the more niche, independent, low-brow, low-budget movies, some of which, you know, they could come from anywhere. Tubi movies, direct-to-DVD movies, out-of-print movies, you know, real niche stuff, and I think that there's definitely a market for it with, you know, YouTube channels like Red Letter Media, just, you know, several other YouTubers that talk about that subject, and I think it's really important. And with that being said, my name is Clayton, bringing you new content whenever possible. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.